This is my story. This is my song. Hey friends, this is Blessed Assurance, and this is a simple way to chord along to this song. Make sure to stop the video if you click on the description below. I have the printable chord sheet that I have for you, and it'll make a lot more sense as we go through it. All right, so in this song, we have D, G, A, and then we have an E chord that they threw in as well. So let's go through where those chords are at. So if we look for, let's start with that D chord. D, F sharp, A, and it makes this triangle shape. Okay, so the D is tucked between those two black notes. Okay, D, F sharp, A, and it makes this triangle shape. See that? Okay, and we have two more of those in this song. So if you kind of freeze that shape, and I'm just moving the other fingers out of the way for you so you could see what notes I'm playing. So if we freeze that shape and move up just one set of notes, we're in the E chord position. So let's play E, G sharp, B, and that's our E chord, okay? If you freeze that shape, keep it down here to the A, which is kind of tucked between these groups of three black notes. So we have A, C sharp, E, and that's an A major chord, okay? So we have three triangle shapes in this song, and then we have a G chord, which is right next door here. So we have G, B, D. And those are just three white notes, just straight line there, okay? All right, so review. We have our G chord. We have our A chord, triangle. Freeze that shape. Memorize that in your hand. To the D position for the D chord, and then E chord right next door, okay? All right, so the left hand, I'm going to put pinky on G, line up my 5 fingers, and keep my hand here the whole song. I don't want to move it out of position. So when we play a G chord up here, we're just going to play G single note down here, okay? A to A, and then we have D to D, and E to E. And notice I just opened my thumb one note to play that E note, okay? Don't have to move your hand out of position. All right, so I'm going to sing through verse 1 so you can see how it sounds when we bring those two hands together, and then I'm going to kind of try to break down the rhythm for you, okay? Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine, heir of salvation, purchase of God, born of his spirit, washed in his blood. Okay. All right. So this song works pretty well with this rhythm I teach called 1-to-2 ratio. And all we're doing is going together, right, together, right, together, right, together, right. Okay. So you could practice it on the A chord. Just getting your hand used to playing that nice marching rhythm. So for the most part, this works pretty well with this song. I'm not going to get into the theory of what, this is written in, I believe, 9/8 time signature, and that's quite complex a bit in nature. So we're trying to just find this simple rhythm of this 1-to-2 ratio that could, for the most part, work. I'm going to do a lot of block chording through this, and I'll talk through that in just a minute. So we let's just start on that Blessed Assurance, and we're going to start on that A chord. Blessed, okay. And that I'm just playing 1 to a Blessed Assurance. Then I'm going to pick up that together right rhythm, okay? And then here that G, we're going to just play one time. Jesus is mine. Okay, so it's going every other. We're going to go 1 and then 1-to-2. 1, 1-to-2. And that might be a pattern we can see if it repeats, okay? Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine. Okay, so that line, I go through that and block chord it. So I'm just playing one chord, one time per chord, okay? Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine. And you can kind of hang out there. Heir of salvation, purchase of God, born of his G spirit, washed in his blood. Okay, So like I said, you're not always going to play that together, right, together, right. You might just go together, together, right, together, kind of breaks it up a bit, okay? All right, so let's move into that chorus. We're going to start with that D chord, and I'll come back to that verse. I know I kind of went through that a bit faster, but I was trying to wrap my head around how do we simplify this a bit more so that you can kind of just enjoy having fun with it and not get too technical, okay? This is my story. This is my story, G. This is my song, praising my G, save. Here's G, D chord. Here's that E chord right next door. All the day, A chord. This is my D story, G. This is my D song, praising my G Savior, A, all the day long, and end on that D. Okay, let's move on into verse 2. We'll just go back into that verse so you can see a little bit slower. Okay, so we're going to start out with that A, perfect submission. Okay, G chord here one time, right? Perfect D, light is D, light, visions of D, stay on the D. Rap, A, sure now, E, burst from my A, sight. Okay, so that whole second line on the verses is going to be just block chording through, okay? Verse 2, the line 3. Angels descending, G, bring from a D above, echoes of G, mercy, A, whispers of love. Okay, so verse 1, 2, and 3 are identical, and then the chorus is just the separate part. So once you learn, kind of do maybe right hand only and then left hand, and then bring the two hands together, could be a way that you could kind of simplify it as well. I'm going to play it beginning to end, and you can play along with me. If you mess up, just find the next spot that you can hop in with me, and you can do it. Let's go. The starting pitch for this song is ba-da-dum-bum. So that's, if you want to vocally know where we're at, we're starting on that F sharp, okay? All right, here you go. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine, heir of salvation, purchase of God, born of His Spirit, washed in His blood. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. Perfect submission, perfect delight, visions of rapture now burst on my sight. Angels descending, bring from above, echoes of mercy, whispers of love. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this This is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. Perfect submission, all is at rest. I in my Savior am happy and blessed, watching and waiting, looking above, filled with His goodness, lost in His love. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long.